Hey nerds, welcome to JerBear Reacts. Today we're going to do our last 5 trailers for Supernatural. We got seasons 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We got some rough seasons. A couple really good ones. Some really bad ones in here as well. We'll kick it off with season 11 in just a second. Seasons 1 through 5, we did its own thing because it's one coherent story. We went ahead and then did seasons 6 through 10. Decent stuff. So now we'll go ahead and wrap up with this. We also have all bloopers, which I think is finally, by the time of me recording this, I think YouTube has allowed it to be through. I had to put up the blue screen and stuff, but I think we finally managed to get it going. So for season 11, we dubbed it Yin and Yang because it deals with the light and the dark. And then for the season finale for season 11, we dubbed I'm Sorry, I Can't Be Perfect / Family, whatever you want to call it. And that's what God and Amara are making up. I think, in my personal opinion, season 11 was the last great season in Supernatural. But before we talk about that, I do have a promo up. I couldn't find a good trailer. Each of these, except for season 14, I think are just a minute apiece. This one may be the shortest video. I'll go ahead and put Jerry behind the scenes. If you guys want to watch any of the Supernatural reactions, all 327 episodes are both here and on Patreon. So, put Jerry back here. Boop. And let's watch the season 11 promo. Which, by the way, season 10 is such a good cliffhanger with the smoke and the darkness coming. Killing Death. Wednesday, October 7th.
If you hear me, God, we need your help.
Oh, music. Dark.
This is my fault, and I don't know how to fix it.
Oh, that's right. Darker.
It's old, deep, dark, darkness.
Darkness.
Terrible name, by the way.
Thank you, Crowley. I agree. It's terrible. Dark, darker, darkness is what I was going to say. At least it didn't go darkest. Look at Cass right there. Scary boy.
Ghostbusters.
Dare to defy on the CW. I mean, that's an official promo. That's solid. It's not a full-blown trailer, and I apologize for that. But season 11 is great with the darkness. They had a really good finale, a really good season finale for season 10. I don't think the finale for 11 was too great because it felt like the episode prior, what was that, episode 22, was a much better finale. And then the finale they had for season 11 felt more like the premiere for season 12. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like if they just would have went with 22 as the finale, it would have been a lot higher, but et cetera, things happen. Amara's relationship with Dean was weird, especially when she was like, you know, a toddler. It felt a little weird. Sam's darkness thing that he ended up getting rid of with the holy oil was one of my biggest things because they made holy oil out to seem like it was this very finite resource that they end up having the rest of the show whenever they need it at a moment's whim, moment's notice. And Sam gets rid of his thing with the holy fire, but he helps some people with it, but like that's kind of like the end of that infection. It just felt like more should have been happening with the darkness, but it does get the reintroduction of Chuck as God. We do get that payoff. There's just a lot of really good things when it comes to the light and dark. I just enjoyed the season a lot. I think it may be in my top 5 seasons. It may be up there if I'm not mistaken. I think season 10 and 11 back to back were 2 incredible, just was that 46 episodes of television, really solid. And then we get season 12, which isn't awful, but it's not the best. So you just kind of have to deal with it, and we can go ahead and get on over to that one. So season 12, the trailer, season 12, we dubbed The British Are Coming. Because it deals with the British Men of Letters and Lucifer's baby. And yeah, but the season 12 finale, I called My Sacrifice. Because Crowley, Cass, Mary all sacrificed themselves in that. I'm looking at my rankings, man. I have Yin and Yang high up on my list of rankings. And in my head, it doesn't feel like it was, but that's where I put it in my judgment at the end of the season. That's where it goes. I thought I liked a certain season more than that, but I don't know. I guess that was my thoughts and opinions on it at the time. Season 12 is definitely a season. This promo is a little bit longer. This one's a minute and 35 seconds. So I'll go ahead and put Jerry up so we can go ahead and watch this one. We'll talk more about it in a minute.
Holy Mother.
Holy Mother's right. I've risen.
How far am I from Lebanon, Kansas?
This is my family.
He said, I gotta get back to my boyfriend.
My family hunts spirits.
These American hunters are no better than the monsters they fail to control.
The hunting
They
party.
need to be eliminated.
Your mother.
That's my mama.
Right now, all that matters is getting Sam back.
Family hunting. You're either mad or dim.
A little bit of both, actually. Ooh, I like whatever they have right here. Prepared to defy.
Mom?
Hi, sweetheart. Remember me?
That's such a shitty fake out right there, because I think one of the biggest issues they had with Mary coming back was they didn't know how to write her. And you have Sam, who finally gets to really spend time with his mom in the present, saying "Mom," and you hear "Hey, sweetheart," but she's talking to John Winchester's car. Just thinking about her and John in the back seat. Yep, terrible. I liked Mary Winchester. I just think her character was handled poorly. I agree with her needing time to adjust to being back 30 years in the future. I respected that. And then from that point forward, they never really knew what to do with her, pairing her with the British Men of Letters and then keeping her away from her sons. And it was a whole ordeal, even till her last moments. 12 had so much potential to be such a better season, but the British Men of Letters are just fucking boring. The whole premise of all of the sacrifices, Lucifer's baby on the horizon, Kelly Klein, who I gave a lot of shit for, and I apologize. She wasn't, you know, it is what it is. We do get the official departure of Crowley. This is Crowley's last season. Doesn't make any sense considering the fact he was on your Mount Rushmore of characters, and you kind of just threw him to the wayside, and never having him come back when everybody else that died in the show came back in one way, shape, form, or another. Even at the end when Hell's Gates closed and they went to Purgatory, they had a chance Crowley could have just been the king of Purgatory. Right? It's where all the monsters go when they die, isn't it? Granted, he was on a different world, but still, it just felt lazy. Again, the British Men letters were boring. They should have done more with Mary and Sam's relationship, Mary and Dean as well. I like the premise of Lucifer being back and being the bad guy. I don't mind that. I think, especially with the people they had play Lucifer, and especially the main guy, were solid choices. I think Tony Bevel was her name, the girl that was with the British Men of Letters. Again, the finale for season 11 felt like the premiere for season 12. And just leading up to her showing up, and her ended up only being in 3 or 4 episodes doesn't make much sense. I thought she was going to get some redemption. Doesn't play out. They had this whole thing with Mick Davies. They give this guy some redemption and then kill him, and then they have Ketch, who is just this sadistic psychopath that they end up bringing back and making a good guy in later seasons, but then like he's not in that many episodes, and then he gets his fucking heart ripped out. It's just, who gives a fuck? That's season 12 in a nutshell. Now, see, season 13 I thought was going to be horrendous for some reason, coming off the heels of season 12, but they got a chance for some redemption. We named season 13 There and Back Again because it dealt with the multiverse, Asmodeus, and Jack. And then the finale for season 13 was There Are Strings on Me, and that was Dean letting Michael in to kill Lucifer in the worst fight scene in the history of fight scenes. Minute and 5 seconds. Let's check it out.
God, I don't know if you're listening,
It's pretty loud.
but we need your help.
We need your help, man.
Before I destroy the world, let me just grab a bag of curly fries.
I mean, I feel like before you end the world, you should eat curly fries, but that's just me.
My name's Dean Winchester. That's my brother Sam. We kill monsters.
Sam, I am.
Monsters.
You ever seen a horror movie?
So what are you, some kind of superhero?
Kind of, almost. They make them that way in later seasons.
Down before, rock bottom, and we find a way because that's what we do.
Well, do you need a sign? Well, there's your sign.
grand old days of fire and brimstone have returned.
The hell does that mean?
They're really bad.
Something KFC. That was it. Okay. Yeah, remember remember those monsters they had down in the basement that they almost had Jack summon that ended up never coming back or never being a real threat at all? That was fun. 13 had some really good individual episodes. Really, really, really good individual episodes. It just wasn't a good coherent season, but I liked it more than season 6 and 7 and some other seasons involved. It fell flat. Jack is a wholesome boy. He grew on me, but I liked season 13. I just didn't like the coherent story they told, and I think I feel that way about probably the rest of these seasons. What more can I say about it? I don't have much. It was a thing. The fight scene at the end really derailed most of my enjoyment of the season because it was so bad, and you had in the first 5 seasons, Lucifer and Michael couldn't fight because of how much destruction it would bring upon the earth. And then you have Lucifer and Michael fight, with Michael being inside Dinas' vessel, like was initially supposed to happen. But all they do is break a couple pews in a church. Okay. Again, there's not much for me to say for that one, so we'll move right on to season 14. Season 14 title's a good one. Devil Went Down to Georgia. The reason we did Devil Went Down to Georgia is because Lucifer and Nick was playing the boys like a fiddle the whole time. The whole time. And just like in that story, end up brother with what do you get, a golden fiddle? The devil had a golden fiddle, whatever it was. They outfiddled the devil. And they, shut up, you know what I'm talking about. And then the season 14 finale, God was never on your side. Shout out Lemmy. I think that was Motorhead that did that. I know it was Lemmy, but I don't know if it was Motorhead or just his song. And that was them setting up God being the final boss. And that was the song they used in the finale. So we'll put it there. And we'll talk about season 14 in a second.
You ever feel like we're
This is the
we're
Comic
doing
Con
nothing
trailer.
but playing defense?
4-minute trailer is insane, by the way.
Apocalypse to the next. There will always be more people.
It's
that
literally
need
what they've been
saving,
doing.
No matter how many monsters we kill.
There's always gonna be another one around the corner.
Exactly. You think
Yakum.
we could ever change things? Stop all the monsters, all the bad.
That would be nice.
Sam having an existential crisis.
If the stars fall down on me.
So you mean to tell me the San Diego Comic-Con 2018 spoiled the ending of season 14 with the song in the fucking trailer? That's insane. I'm so curious if you watch this and still had no idea that it would end up, I feel like with so much of Lucifer, you kind of had to realize with God being a writer at one point and this, that, and the other, it would have to be him as the bad guy, right? So if you put a song in saying God was never on your side, that's a big red flag, ain't it?
And the sun.
I'm going to mute it because we know the song. I just want to watch what they put in the trailer, even if they have words. I've already watched the season. I don't know why you would show that. Got Donnie out there trying to decrypt stuff. I like seeing Donatello again. That dude is in so much stuff. I think I just saw the other day. Yeah, brother voices Gilgamesh, right? He was Laserbeak in Transformers. He had a role in The Dark Knight. He was in Argo. And then you come into his voice acting for World of Warcraft and Halo Infinite. He was Gilgamesh in a Chocobo game. He's all these people and all these things, and then here he is here. Even Fallout roles. He played Venom in one of the Marvel games. God, I didn't go this far last time. That's a lot of voice acting. Oh, he's just always been the voice of Gilgamesh. He's been in World of Warcraft for years. So he's just always been the voice of Gilgamesh. That's pretty cool. They've kept the same person. I enjoy that. Brother's just doing everything. He was in Skylander. He was in a show called Castle. Hearthstone voice acting. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles voice acting. A bunch of Star Wars stuff. A bunch of things in BioShock Infinite. Dead Space 3. Call of Duty. Lord of the Rings. Halo 4. I want to stop there. That's so much. This dude's been in my life longer than most of my friends. He's just been around voice acting. The Donatello guy, that is. That's crazy, dude. Kudos to him. I like you can show the drunken angel. That's cool. But honestly, I don't think anything's worse than this. I just don't think the Michael thing. Dean as Michael is just so. Nothing against Jensen. It's just the outfit. I just didn't care for. Michael was boring. He was boring. I don't know. It just feels like a boring character. I liked bits and pieces of season 14, but overall, man, it was so boring. Yeah, they literally spoiled the finale with this trailer of the song, and nobody realized. There's no way you. How would you not? Because nobody knew it was going to happen. Anyways, pay attention on the season 15 trailer. Let out some secrets. I just feel like as soon as you hear a song, God was never on your side, and you know that he has to come back, I feel like you could just connect the dots. Maybe I would also be ignorant to it as well. I can't say nothing. So, all right. We'll leave it at that. That's season 14. There's not a whole lot to say for it. I'm gonna go ahead and prep season 15 up. Just season 14 was just boring. It was. I just didn't like it. And then last, but certainly not least, is number 15, season 15, in which we entitled Revelations. 1, because it's the end. 2, the boys are fighting God. It all works out together. And then the season 15 finale, we entitled Stairway to Heaven, because it involves, spoilers, if you haven't watched season 15 and for some reason you're watching this, go ahead, click away. Stairway to Heaven, because it involves Sam and Dean Winchester both dying. So I'm going to go ahead and put Jerry back here. We'll talk about it in a second.
Right, sir.
You know, when we were little,
Good night, Sammy.
you started asking questions. I gotta find Dad.
Got to, bro.
What was he hunting?
Remember when they never fixed the cult? Same.
I begged you, quit asking, Sammy. You don't want to know.
Yoga, fire!
We got work to do.
Knocking on Heaven's Door, I think, would have been... That's another one, yeah. That I think would have worked out well for the title. I think I was between that and Stairway to Heaven.
You're my brother. I'd die for you.
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Lord,
We have work for you, bro. I'm just going to mute it for YouTube's sake. Man, they should have had such a humongous payoff for all of this. I appreciate the bloopers there with them, the sleepless shit. Everybody's heads getting decapitated. I'm going to remute it right there. I saw a little smooch in there between Sam and somebody. They just went through so much. Supernatural, the final season, Thursday, October 10th. It should have just been a more epic. Now, don't get me wrong. I like season 15. I thought it was a great... It showcased the brothers' relationship so much better than anything else. They had a phenomenal 19 episodes. I just think episode 19 should have been their grand finale. It would have been okay to end the show there, but then you come back and you're like, let's fast forward a little bit. They've been living a normal life for 20 seconds, and now they're dead. And the one thing this show did horribly was the deaths of characters. There was never a super impactful death compared to other shows I've watched on this channel where characters have died. It just kind of felt rushed, and the Dean's thing and going back to Bobby and John Winchester, and I think Crowley probably had the best death of anybody, but we never get to see him again, so it was more finite and there was no return. I don't know, things just didn't feel too emotional or impactful. Even going back to Ellen and Joe blowing up, it felt weird. Maybe it's just the show, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I know it's not how they wanted the show to end, and that's not what they had in the finale. I read that they wanted to have everybody from their past in heaven with them. And I think that would have been more beautiful, but due to COVID, we got what we got. So I guess we kind of just have to take it at face value, even though we don't want to. And season 15 was a season I enjoyed more than others. I hated the finale. It made me emotional, but I wasn't emotional about the finale. I was emotional about life. So kudos to them for bridging that gap, I guess. Yeah, I think if I had to pick a favorite season between these 5, it would definitely be season 11. Easily. Favorite finale would probably also be season 11. I think even though it was more of a setup for 12, They definitely backslid there in those latter seasons when there should have just been a little more. But that doesn't take away from my enjoyment of Supernatural. I think it's a great show. I think it'll be in the top 5 shows I've watched on this channel. Probably maybe top 10 all time. I don't know it. I'd have to really sit and think about it. I think sometimes shows run their course. I think 327 episodes is a lot. But I'm also the same person that if there was 327 quality episodes of Game of Thrones, I'd watch every one of them. So, or if there were 250 episodes of Breaking Bad, I would have watched every one of them. I just think you have to know how and when to end it and to make your story mesh and meld together. I think they had a certain layout, but it got iffy at points. I think derailing with Monster of the Week and the wrong moments. Monster of the Week episodes have to happen for this show. That's their bread and butter going back to season 1. But when they really stayed focused on the story was a good highlight of it. But we'll talk more in depth on that stuff when it comes time for the full show recap. I have the trailers for 1 through 5, 6 through 10, and now 11 through 15, and the bloopers. And then we're going to rank the little opening supernatural things. We'll rank the characters live one of these days. And then we'll do our full show recap. And then that'll be it for Supernatural. So let me know your favorite trailer for this one. Favorite trailer overall was Prime. What was it, like season 6? I think trailer, like made trailer. I think season 6 had a phenomenal trailer for a shitty season. And yeah, we'll rank the seasons and everything in the season recap. So, or series recap. But I'll end it there. I think it's we'll put a ribbon on it. So yeah, thanks for hanging out for all the trailers. If you watched all of them or just this set of 5. And as always, I'll have links and everything in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. Stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.